I'm Trish Toby with WARC reporting to you live from Westchester, New York, where there appears to be some sort of mutant menace on the loose.
Hey, everybody. I'm Matt Allcamp.
And I'm Pat Reber.
Say it with us, Pete.
Welcome
to
Mutant
Menace.
You're a little slow that time, Pat.
I feel like you were a little slow that time.
I was on it. I was fucking on it, bro.
Okay. We have 2 episodes where we disagree here in a row. We're each editing one of them. Let the listeners decide.
Who edited what? Send your guesses in.
Yeah.
Pat, it's been 10 minutes since we stopped recording we pressed stop on the last
Oh my God, Matt, that break took so much out of me.
What did you do? So, okay, if people haven't heard...
if this is your first episode...
If this is your first episode, God bless you. We're doing a marathon record. We're doing 2 episodes in a row, and each one is 10 issues long. So we are fucking losing our minds. We started at 9 o'clock. It is now 12:30.
Yeah. We took a 10-minute break.
What did you do in the
episodes?
What did you do in the 10-minute break?
I used the restroom.
Very cool.
I've been drinking some very weak coffee as we work through this, so I filled up my coffee.
Okay.
And then, there's a meme where Quentin Tarantino just kind of looks at things in his house.
I didn't know that.
It's a series of photos where he is just admiring what appears to be just the paintings that he bought and hung in his own house.
Okay.
And
yeah.
I feel like that's what I was doing. That's what I did in our 10 minutes here. And that was exhausting, all of that.
And that's all very Champions related.
Oh, was it supposed to be Champions
related?
No,
I didn't. No, that usually happens after Pat's email corner. So I was smart. I used this brain of mine and I was like, this is going to be rough. So I'm going to do some refresh. I'm going to do a refresh here.
Okay.
I took a quick shower.
What?
Like a very quick hot shower.
Is that why our 5-minute break turned into a 10-minute break?
You said 10 minutes.
No, I didn't. I said we reconvene exactly at 12:30.
Oh, well. It was
12:23 at that point.
It's not even 12:40 now. So people, if you want to see how pedantic my friend Pat is, it's not even 12:40 now.
Well, we'll see how that comes out in the edit.
So I took a very quick shower. I jogged around the block. I chugged a glass of water.
Seriously?
Yeah. And then I made myself a second drink of the evening.
I don't believe that you jogged around the block.
I jogged around the block.
Jog.
I jogged around the block in bare feet and my pajamas because I was like, I don't have enough time.
You must have looked like a maniac.
Yeah, I bet. I look like a maniac on this recording. Listeners would have been fucking... we are losing our minds already. We haven't even started... That's the wrong music cue!
Even our sound guy is all mixed up. Oh my goodness.
God, that button.
It's time for Pat's email corner. Okay, we've got
It sucks that we made our sound guy stay up this whole time just to hit these buttons. All right, go ahead.
Well, we need him for when we play our closing theme later. In 3 hours.
We need him to play the Pete sound. We need him to play
Poor guy. Well, I'm sure he's not too. We're paying him like $75 an hour, so I'm sure he's not too pissed about it. let's go to the mailbox. We have a familiar. I'm going to see.
All right, so listeners can, just to fill listeners in a little bit, Pat just sneezed. We cut it out. We don't want you to have to listen to it, but Pat sneezed, and I don't want to be the sort of podcast that hides that sort of thing from you guys.
I hurt my neck doing it.
We're awake too long.
Yeah, and I've
humans
been sitting in
aren't
the
meant
same
to
chair
podcast for this long.
Okay. Email number 1. We're in the mailbag now. Weapon Jason writes in, subject line, episode 24. He says, "Hey, Pat, tell Matt, another fine and glorious podcast episode. I'll note I don't hate inkers, but I am fascinated by how much they can influence the art. Frank Miller gets a ton of credit for Daredevil, but Klaus Janson is doing a lot of the lifting in that run, for example." Fair enough. Point.
I mean, for listeners who don't know, Weapon Jason is one of our regular emailers, and he fucking hates inkers.
Yeah. If this is your first episode.
Yeah.
He goes on to say, "Glad you reacted to the portrayal of Pierre Trudeau appropriately. Still find it hilarious that it's the Canadian government that is the villain. Love the Alpha Flight and completely agree with Matt that they get done dirty by Mantlo. You're going off-road to discuss Living Monolith was so funny and worth it. Totally think by this point, every new writer assumes someone else has done the origin and explanation, but then someone realized no one had. So they decided the best place for it was the new prestige format of the graphic novel. The same format that will debut the New Mutants and X-Men, yes. God Loves, Man Kills, is used to tell a story about this lame-ass nobody. Love that they play fair with the hints that Wingard is not who he pretends to be right from the start. In light
Pat
of
still doesn't know, by the way. Tell him.
I don't know who that is. In light of the upcoming stories, it's all kinds of awesome that the X-Men are teaming up with Power Man and Iron Fist and dealing with the street level stuff. It's grounding and humanizing. Arcade appearances seem to mostly be about showing off the hero powers, but are weak for actual story progression, which is something you complained about, Matt. Surprised that you didn't go with Arcade putting Pat up against all the Pokemon movies as a nightmare murder scenario. Seeing Matt flee from a Horty Brock would be something.
That's true. My God. Yeah.
Remember that guy?
Fucking Brock. He was so terrible, and we fell so deeply in love with him. And when they replaced him with other guys, we just wanted to murder them. Yeah.
He goes on to say, we're almost at the end here, he says, "I'd say this is the Wolverine and Storm show at this point, with Byrne and Claremont showing their favorites. On the Pat Steals and Deals, I remember when VHS tapes were selling for $90+ in the early 80s. If you remember, Matt, we were outraged at the $220 price tag on this little portable reel-to-reel player.
Yeah.
If you ever wonder why video rental places sprung up, and I'm sure you never have, that's why. You'd have to rent a tape a bunch of times to recoup that cost. Weapon Jason, you definitely have some knowledge that predates us, but please believe that we are the video store generation.
We are video store generation. Yeah, that's how I played my N64 games.
And a closing thought. If the X-Men are about family, does that make them part of the Fast and Furious franchise?
Very funny. Very good, Weapon Jason.
I do think the Fast and Furious franchise needs to step it up. I think their next natural progression, they've already been to space, would be fighting monsters.
They've been to space?
Yeah, they've been to space.
They drove to space in a car.
Briefly.
Oh man!
So again,
look, guys. If we should tell us if we should start a Patreon, and Pat can make me watch the Fast and the Furious movies.
Oh my God, I love them. And Weapon Jason, I hope you're on the same page with me on that one.
Fighting monsters is very good.
But the X-Men would also fit in there, I think, if you just absorbed them into that universe.
Yeah. If
this were the 70s, I'm sure that we would have one of those comics. Let's move on to another.
Do you ever think maybe this is for our Patreon only episodes when Pat and the Fast and the Pat and the Matt and the Furious? But if this were the if the Fast and the Furious movies took place in the 70s, who would be the cast?
If the Fantastic Four movies took place
No,
in the 70s,
Fast and Furious.
The 70s. I don't really...
That would be Charles Bronson, right?
Yeah, he looks like every comic book character.
Like Dustin... was Dustin Hoffman 80s?
I think he was around in the 70s. Sly Stallone. Sly Stallone would be in there. He's pretty short.
Yeah.
So he could play Wolverine.
Richard... what's his name?
Hey, Bob.
What about Richard Harris? Is that the guy who played No.
I don't know who you're talking about. But this
Not
was
Richard Harris, not Richard Harris.
A young Arnold Schwarzenegger's rise to prominence was in the mid to late 70s, right? He could easily be, with his European accent, our Peter or Colossus.
What about... I'm trying to think... Oh, Roger Moore. Roger Moore, the James Bond actor.
Yeah.
He's like the guy he's driving a British car. I don't know. I've never seen the Fast and the Furious movies.
And we're casting them as X-Men, you said?
No, we were casting them as Fast and the Furious.
Oh, shit.
I stopped paying attention to you while I was looking for actors. This is going. We're not cutting this. This is how tired. This has already gone so wrong.
We're off the rails.
Let's listen to the next. Let's get the next email, Pat.
Another familiar emailer, you might even say friend of the podcast, Email Michael says, "Hey, Pat. Tell Matt that once again I have to do a 180 and offer credit in an episode where I denied it previously. You were 100% right about Sasquatch saying that he's taken hits from the Steelers' front four. Doesn't make a lot of sense. It's possible that he could have taken a hit from another team's defensive lineman on an interception, but that's not likely."
What does this mean? What does any
I'm
of
going
this
to
mean?
stop you right there, Michael, because it is not just not likely, but nearly impossible for a defensive lineman to tackle somebody after an interception. What you're thinking of is an offensive lineman. Although in the 70s, there were a lot of two-way players, so you could have somebody, conceivably somebody from the Steelers
Are we talking about two different things?
Could also play on the offensive line.
I don't know what you're saying.
And then Sasquatch gets an interception.
Guys, I think Pat's lost it.
That guy tackles him from the offensive lineman position. Anyway, what's more likely is that Chris Claremont, and probably Pat, is aware of the Steel Curtain, of course, that's what I'm talking about, active from 1971 into the 80s and stuck in a football reference in a comic in 1979 that readers would be likely to know.
This is going to put me to sleep.
It doesn't excuse the error. I would like my no prize. I think it's more noteworthy, he says, that Colossus was seen by Sasquatch as less powerful than a football player, even the most famously brutal defensive line in football. However, the very next issue addressed that by pointing out that Colossus was suffering from low self-esteem that limited his power, which we all agree was a great characterization. So,
well, hold on.
Wait, sorry, that was...
I finally paid attention to something you said, and it was wrong.
So maybe he really was weaker than Mean Joe Green right then. Mean Joe Green, man.
Is that Doc Samson's nickname?
So if I have the power to offer no prizes, Pat gets one for that. Hell yes. I'm going to draw myself a no prize. Thank you, Email Michael. Does Matt get one for pointing out that Colossus's hypnosis-induced moniker of the proletarian is an adjective, not a noun? I don't know. After all, invincible is an adjective and a very famous superhero even today. He's not the invincible man, Matt. He's just invincible. There's also static, which is possibly a noun in the sense of it being the hissing noise you hear on the radio, but is more likely an adjective used to describe static electricity or static charge. I couldn't think of anybody else, but maybe that's because I'm dumb. So I'm just going to leave a second no prize on the table, and if Matt thinks he deserves it, he can have it.
We'll decide at the end of this episode whether I get the prize or not. Or forget about it.
He signs off. I love this. He signs off with, has a line of credit at the shovel store. Email Michael. Very good. Thank you, Email Michael. We're going to move on to who is quickly becoming a regular emailer.
Oh,
Ink. Ink is back. The Ink Master says, "Hey, Pat, tell Matt that the Cheops, pronounced Cheops crystal from the Living Monolith appearance in Power Man and Iron Fist, is actually named after the pharaoh Cheops, better known as the pharaoh Khufu, who was most well known as the pharaoh who commissioned the pyramids of Giza. The reason he's also known as Cheops is because it's the Hellenized or Greek version of his name."
I could go for some Cheops right now.
Also, the two of you have gone back and forth on whether you say steals and deals or deals and steals pretty consistently, not just from episode to episode, but often multiple times within the same episode. I don't think that's true. From what I can tell, neither is more correct than the other, though. I personally think steals and deals sounds better. From Ink. Did we talk about that? Were we arguing about that in episode 24?
Yeah, because I think you said that Krills Wilson got it wrong, got it backwards. And I was like, I think we've said it. I think we started saying it the one way and then changed to saying it the other way. And Ink is letting us know we've said it all sorts of ways. But as we're both pretty sure that
they're wrong. We've been consistent.
They're wrong. We've been consistent. We've only ever said it the one way. And it's actually Krills Wilson's fault. And actually, we're blameless.
But thank you for your opinion, Ink. Keep writing in. Love to hear your opinions.
I love to. I love so hard.
I have one more email for us, Matt. It's another big mailbag day.
Yeah.
This one is from Eric J. Subject line, longtime listener, first time emailer.
Oh, cool. Hey,
Eric
nice
J.
nice to hear from you, Eric J.
Thank you for joining us. Eric J says, "Hey, Pat, tell Matt I actually have a soft spot for Grok the Petrified Man, the Sun God. I received a collection of comics from a relative when I was young, and among them was a 1988 Grok story where he also got housed by hubris and bad planning. I'm also a big fan of Captain Ultra in all his ridiculous, pathetic glory. I guess I just love terrible characters."
I want them to email us back and let us know, Eric, tell us your favorite Captain Ultra story. I want to read your favorite Captain Ultra story.
I don't even know where the fuck he comes from. Is he? Does he have his own comic?
Don't know who this person is at all.
They also go on to suggest, here's an idea. To increase incentive for comments on various platforms, maybe address a comment or two as part of the email corner. Just a thought.
Oh, that's smart, Eric. Thank you.
Do we get Instagram comments?
I'm so tired right now. I'm so tired right now, but yeah, maybe next time.
Keep on keeping on, and thanks for your very fun podcast. It's been great to learn about the origins of the X-Men without doing the legwork myself. It's like a comic book let's play.
Oh, that's very fun. Yeah.
Sincerely.
Yeah,
oh, I'm sorry. He doesn't say sincerely. He just signs off. Eric J. P.S. though, they add, I look forward to whatever horrible nickname you grant me.
Oh, Eric, you're going to have to email a couple more times.
Yeah, I got to say.
Yeah.
Eric, that's a little ambitious. We do want you to keep emailing in.
Ambitious Eric. No, we can't. We can't.
Not yet.
We're not going to give them a nickname until we get a couple. We need consistency. Ink's getting a nickname first.
And really, it's you dictate your nickname.
Yeah, really.
So, like, Weapon Jason knew that was going to be it once he started telling us he was from Canada, right? Or Email Michael, Magic the Dog. Those are all, they're just obvious.
They're obvious. And I mean, Ambitious Eric's pretty good.
It is good. We'll
but
keep
look,
that
we
one
can't.
on file,
We cannot.
We did not come up with it this episode. Matt, based on the Pat's email corner chatter, how do you think this episode's going to go? How's our 2 a.m. goal looking?
This is a real, it's a mixed. I can't even.
Honestly, I wish our sound guy would play us out. Thank you. I was worried he fell asleep for a second, which we're not paying him $75 an hour to do.
Oh God! All right, Pat.
Oh,
Can you do anything
okay.
champions related right now?
In the last half hour or so?
I guess it's been a half hour. And we know what you did for the 20 minutes of it, and we already explained what you did for the 10 minutes prior to that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I was just a little boring and flat. Much
Are you gonna ask me?
Oh, Matt, did you do anything champions related this week?
Yeah, I recorded a champions podcast like just
Shut
now.
up.
Just
you know we're not
now.
allowed to do that.
Literally just did it. I literally just did that. You were there.
I hate you.
All right. Okay. Who's reading this first issue? I can't remember who wrote what. I think you wrote this recap, so I'm going to read the first issue.
Yes. Yeah, you go.
This is Champions number 11, The Shadow from the Stars.
What?
It seems like it should. Seems like it like has the patter of a good issue title, but it doesn't.
It doesn't stand up to reading comprehension.
No. I think this might be one of my least favorite. Okay. Script by Bill Mantlo. Inks by Bob Layton. Letters by just Patterson. Think of a Patterson. It's them.
Patterson.
Patters on. Get your patters on.
Keep going.
Colors by D. Warfield. Edited by Archie Goodwin. And introducing the pencils of John Byrne.
Whoa.
Bernie.
Introducing?
Yeah.
Do they mean that just for the series, or is this John Byrne's first work at Marvel?
I do not think this is John Byrne's first work at Marvel.
Okay.
I think he did
very exciting
weird shit first. You know, like everybody.
He's doing like Rawhide Kid or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's what everybody does. Or just something you've never heard, like the Magic Knight with the 4 hands or something. What? Release date November 16th, 1976. For context, X-Men number 103, the Leprechaun issue.
Yes.
That came out this exact same day.
Excellent.
The champions are in a flying car, and it's plummeting to the ground. Out of control. Warren yells at Black Widow to fix it as she tries to regain control.
She's pulling up as hard as she can and going, do something!
Bill Foster, brilliant scientist and also the hero Black Goliath, notices his invention malfunctioning from the deck of a skyscraper. He grows large enough to catch it and explains that whoever built this used cheap parts. No one knows who he is, but he's here, and that's what's important to the story. It's funny. Okay, so Black Goliath, he was an Avengers side character in the 1960s. Just a guy named Bill Foster, Avengers side character. He was a scientist working with Tony Stark and Hank Pym. He came back in Power Man 24, very, very close to this, right?
Yeah, that's like within the past year.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, and that is where he became Black Goliath. Huh. Then he was in a short-lived solo series written by Jenny Isabella, who did issue 1, and then Chris Claremont did the next 4 until it was canceled after issue 5.
Oh, jeez, of course it was.
They'll change his name to Giant Man in like 3 years, but right now he's Black Goliath. And what's funny about him here is he looks like he doesn't look like a giant man. He looks like a normal-sized man playing with action figures and a toy car. Ghost Rider, meanwhile, is riding his motorcycle through a canyon out west when he runs across a cattle stampede. Luckily, who's there to calm the stampede down but Hawkeye and Two Gun Kid?
What?
who have teamed up to patrol the West, I guess?
When we say the West, we mean like the American cowboy West.
Yeah. Who's Two Gun Kid?
The Two Gun Kid, Matt, I can't believe you don't know this, is a time-traveling cowboy who is 100 plus years old.
Okay.
At this time, his name is Matt Hawk, but eventually that's retconned to Matt Leibowitz.
Okay. He joined the Avengers for a time too, right?
Yeah, but not a good time.
Okay. And I have to assume this is part of some other series. I have to assume that this Hawkeye two-gun kid thing, this is a tie-in to like another series.
I think, although the way they play it off here makes it seem like this is just how they left Hawkeye in the Avengers, and we're just to assume they're having adventures in the West.
And in this era, we see them do that all the time.
Yeah.
It's just like they leave a character dangling somewhere and then they'd show up in a fucking random ass.
We read through 5 years of X-Men comics that way.
You're right. All right. So these cowpokes are wondering what could be spooking these cows so bad when a UFO touches down. Warren sees the news of a UFO and all the champions go out to look at it themselves.
Yeah. Warren has apparently invented the Google News alert. He's got a machine that just turns on the news for him anytime there's something that champions would be interested in.
Yeah. Darkstar joins and everyone seems to think to themselves, wait, is she on the team? Except for Bobby, who's thinking just like so horny erection or whatever. Back in the West, a bunch of cowboys seem to be under mind control and are attacking Ghost Rider, Hawkeye, the two-gun kid, and all their cowboy friends. And Porter Mac is there.
Is Porter Mac there?
I hope. I wish. They don't even...
need names on every one of these cowboys now.
They gotta join this loser league. They quickly discover that some sort of shadow beings are possessing them and start using the power of light and hellfire to ward them off. It's like Hawkeye's a light arrow or fucking whatever.
Yeah. It's like a what do you call it?
Flare.
It's a flash arrow.
Oh yeah. Turns out this is Warlord Ka from old Avengers issues, back with all his friends and a new set of powers.
Yeah. What?
Why? Why not just make a new character that can do this rather than it's a old guy, but he's entirely completely different.
And then we have to sit through an origin story for him.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's horrible. The champions show up and try to fight the shadows, which is pretty stupid. Hercules gets briefly possessed. Meanwhile, we've got a plan! Ghost Rider lights up one of Hawkeye's arrows with his hellfire. Warren lifts Hawkeye up in the air above the flying saucer, and Hawkeye shoots the arrow into a thermal exhaust port because he learned how to do this shooting womp rats back home.
It's just like it.
Yeah. Blowing the ship and all the shadows inside to bits. The town thanks them, but before they can celebrate, Bill Foster contacts them with an emergency. Stilt Man is in town.
Oh my God.
So those were actually shadows, or like what?
They were. Yeah, what?
Yeah, what? Like light made them go away, and Angel beat one by flying so high that it got too small and popped away.
Yeah, because there's nowhere to be a shadow in space. I guess.
I think it was that the higher he got, the smaller his shadow got, and thus
the smaller the demon possessing his shadow, the shadow creature possessing him through his shadow.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. Also, Bobby is again in love with a woman who is not interested.
Oh my God. She just doesn't care. It's not like so he saw Darkstar and was like, mine.
That's my girlfriend.
Yeah. And now he's like, it's not that she's disinterested. She's showing him some interest. It's just that she is very clearly saying like, hey, now's not the time to discuss if you have a crush. We're fighting aliens.
Yeah.
Let's focus on that.
Yeah. Yes. It's just okay. I gotta talk about some other things that annoy me about this.
Yeah. There's a lot of them.
Okay. First, Bill Mantlo. Are we granted? 1976. But by 1976, we must already be tired of the trope of anytime two women are sharing a story together, they have to be jealous of each other's looks.
Oh, right.
And powers and the attention they're getting and stuff.
Ridiculous.
It's horrible.
I mean, we don't expect much more from Bill Mantlo.
Black Widow's like, oh, she's so pretty. Everyone thinks she's prettier than me. And oh, she's got more powers than me. And everyone likes her and hates me. It's fuck off, dude. That is not what Black Widow would ever think, ever.
It is funny that every one of their characters, or every one of the team, has their own personal motivations for being like, wait, is she on the team? I don't remember a discussion about her being on the team.
But
it's all petty.
But the idea of her just inviting herself to join the team is like that's what the Champions is, right? They see Ghost Rider just like off doing, and remember when they formed the team, Ghost Rider wasn't there.
Yeah.
And now they just see him on the news and they're like, his team's got, and there must just be so many times during this period where one of these heroes is doing something. And suddenly 5 dudes show up and they're like, hey, your team's here. And they're like, what? What? Leave me alone.
I'm riding my motorcycle.
I'm not on your team. What are you talking about?
It's so for all we know, Ghost Rider, he hasn't acknowledged even that he's on a team.
Exactly.
They're just following him places.
Exactly. And that's what all of them are doing to each other. They're just like, one of our teammates is in trouble. No, it's just a guy you know. You're taking too many cues from Bobby Drake, who every time he sees a girl says, that's my girlfriend.
Every time you see a hero, you're like, that's my teammate.
You've never met Beta Ray Bill before. Shut up.
Did Hawkeye say that? Did he confirm he's on your team?
Two Gun Kid says, what in thunderation at one point.
What in thunderation?
What in thunderation? That's nothing. I'm so tired, Bill Mantlo. You can't.
Stop putting this in front of me. There is... Okay, the last panel we see is Bill Foster warning everyone that Stilt Man is coming.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Stilt Man is, it's because there is no reason for him to be in comics. He is in more modern Daredevil and Spider-Man comics. He is brought in as a joke, as a man who can just extend his legs to extreme distances, but that's absolutely it. Any sea level, any street level villain can beat Stilt Man. He's sad.
Yes.
A couple panels earlier, we're closing out the comic. We're at the end. They've saved the day. They take a full panel to have a background character say, hey, thanks. Anyone could have taken care of this, but you're the ones that got here first.
That's what really matters.
And it's played like a sincere moment. We're supposed to find this sweet. There's no irony to this.
It's entirely like when your parent comes to see your little theater show, and they say, "Well, it looks like you guys were having fun up there."
Yeah. You guys put so much work into this.
All right. Let's hear a thing or two from Pat Reber about Champions number 12.
How about we hear a thing 1-2, because it's Champions number 12.
These are the jokes you get at 1 in the morning.
Did someone say the stranger? Shit, Matt, the
no,
stranger.
Hold on, I'm checking the script. I don't think we didn't write the stranger. I don't remember either of us like riffing the word the stranger.
Last time we said the Stranger was probably in episode, 10?
Yeah.
Is when he comes back?
Yeah, Bill, sorry, no, neither of us said it.
Yeah. Sorry, bud.
So let's move on to Champions 13. Also,
Okay.
hold on. I want to stop back. That made me remember something from the last issue, which is at one point there is an editor's note that's like, when they first show Bill Foster, he's like, wondering who this dude on the roof deck is? Well, you could skip to page 3, but then you admit, hey, listen, you don't know what I'm going through right now. Please do not give me permission to skip a page. Archie Goodwin.
I have to read this. You don't understand. I would love to skip it. I'd be skipping pages left and right.
Skip all these pages. I would skip
only the odd numbered pages.
I'd skip basically every page, to be honest.
All right. Bill Mantlo writer, John Byrne artist, Bob Layton inker, A. Kawecki letterer, D. Warfield colorist, and A. Goodwin editor.
Some Kawecki lettered this book.
Just a Kawecki. Release date December 14th, 1976. Cover date March 1977. The champions arrive in their Champio car, or whatever they're calling it, while Black Goliath is still on the roof fighting Stilt Man.
He never left the roof. He never left the roof from the beginning of last issue. Like, they left, and he was like, I'll just stay here, I guess. They forgot to leave the roof unlocked. And he's just trapped on the roof.
Guys.
And now friggin' Stilt Man's here? Damn it!
I also love the idea that he's on the roof. Stilt Man was just like, where the hell's Bill Foster? And just extended up to his level. They fight for a while, both sides legitimately confused about how they can't beat each other, while a lady named Regina Claiborne runs around with a box.
It's like, I don't know if it's supposed to be funny. I think it might be, but it is legitimately funny that they're like, why are we losing to Stilt Man? And Stilt Man's like, why am I losing to these heroes? And they both say it so many times during the fight. Like, why am I losing to these, like, dorks?
Nobody respects each other.
And the way that they have to make the Stilt Man win a fight is like Hercules and Angel both happen to stand right in front of where his feet are.
And he extends them.
It extends them to give him a huge kick.
A big kick.
The worst.
Stilt Man gives up and runs away, but Black Goliath chases him while the champions go inside and talk to Regina. Very funny that he chases him. He's like, I've got a score to settle. This guy beat my ass last time. Don't tell anybody you got beat by Stilt Man, dude.
It's as embarrassing to the people hearing it as it is to you. So please just keep that to yourself.
The champions go inside and talk to Regina. She tells them that the box has some kind of power. Her husband stole it from Stark International, and that's what Stilt Man was after. He's unfortunately choosing to write this character in jive.
Oh my god. And bad, like really bad jive too. Like she says something like,
yeah, it's like he done
stole
this box.
He done stole this box. That is not never been part of that the mechanics of
vernacular.
That.
Yeah.
Vernacular, yeah.
But before we can get too concerned about that, the Stranger appears out of a hole in space-time and tells them that he needs the box or the solar system will be destroyed.
Who's the Stranger, Pat?
The Stranger, if you remember, Matt, is God. He is the Christian God represented. Yeah.
And he fought Magneto twice, and chased him once.
This was back in the Stan Lee, Jack Kirby days, and clearly the two of them agreed that this was God. The character God had come to fight the X-Men, and it was pretty clear that editorial was like, you can't put God in a comic, you guys. We're not doing that.
They would say the same thing to Jenny Isabella
20 years later. That's right. So
I guess
He
10.
is just an extremely powerful, extra-dimensional being.
With a weird...
Only as the Stranger.
With weird hair. And
Weird hair. It
facial
used
hair.
to be like Einstein hair. Now it's more like he's got like a twirly mustache and a crew cut. The team does not listen to the Stranger's warning. They just attack him.
Yeah.
The fight's like Darkstar blasts him and he blasts back. So Iceman gets all Lorna Daney on him while Ghost Rider tells them to stop because he doesn't perceive any threat. All this is happening while Black Goliath is on TV, on the news, fighting Stilt Man, and it's actually hilarious.
It's so funny. There's a point where they're like, he's losing. He's actually losing to Stilt Man. And then the next time you see him, they're like, he's ripped his legs off and he's beating him with it.
Yeah. The reporter's like, oh, wait a second. He's torn his leg off and now he's beating him about the head with it. It's very good. And it's like you're only seeing bits of it through the television too. It's completely from the perspective of the news report.
It's very, very funny. Also, Pat, why is the Stranger back? Who asked for this?
He explains, Matt. He actually created the bomb, and now he feels bad that he created the bomb because he doesn't want to blow up the Earth, so he came back to stop it from activating.
Okay. All right, fine.
Meanwhile, the box starts growing and sucks Regina inside. The Stranger tells them the box is called the Null Life Bomb. Null, not Kunull. Null Life Bomb. He made it, but regrets it because he's good now, and the box expands until it's the size of a star system, then suddenly collapses, crushing everything.
That's like a bomb does.
Right. Much like a bomb, it contracts very quickly.
It grows really big. It grows really big, and it's like intangible so that everything can be inside it, and then it's tangible all of a sudden, and then contracts really small, like a bomb.
As the bomb continues to grow, the Stranger transports the champions across space to some weird place that Hercules recognizes as the lair of Kamo Tharn. What? Whoever this is, he's mad that Hercules stole his rune staff and is going to kill them all with gorilla men. To be continued.
Kamo Tharn? Who the fuck?
Kamo Tharn is apparently a Thor villain that Hercules teamed up with Thor to help beat and steal his staff.
And then they put the staff... Well, we'll find out. But, all right. Okay, there's a point where they're attacking the Stranger. This whole issue is just what the fuck is going on at every moment, right? And
yes,
there is a point where they're fighting the Stranger. They shouldn't be. They just do it for no reason. And it starts with Black... What is her name? Darkstar. It starts with Darkstar firing darkness, like doing a darkness blast to blind the Stranger. And he says, "How can you blind one that can see in the blackness of interstellar space?" What? In space, you just see the light. In space, you just see the light through the space.
Right. If he's not blinded by darkness, then
there would be the space wouldn't darkness. Be black.
Yeah.
Yeah, space is black because eventually we can't see. We're looking so far that there's no light that reaches us.
Yeah.
If he doesn't find an absence of light to be blinding, then what space is just
see in the blackness of interstellar space? How can you blind one that can see in the blackness of interstellar space? Yeah, no,
it doesn't make it.
I don't think you can see the blackness of interstellar space because you're just in a void.
Right, but what he's saying is he can see through darkness, which is the absence of light. So he doesn't require light to see. which first of all
Okay.
doesn't make any sense. But if
Well,
that's
I
his
mean-
superpower, a lot of superpowers don't make sense.
Yeah.
If one of his superpowers is he doesn't require light to see, that means that everything that is in front of him for infinity, he can see. So in every direction is just a cluster of asteroids and planets and dust, and because he doesn't require light. He doesn't require their light.
Well, he is God.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Why am I being this way? You're right. I shouldn't be this way to God.
Okay, here's another pedantic little note.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we have a narrator that shows up for the first time in the third act of the story.
We just gotta imagine some guy running in and being like, I'm sorry. Okay.
Where are we? Where are they?
All right. Where
Okay,
are
I got
they?
it. I got it.
Okay.
Let's go.
The stranger. He is here.
So stupid.
Okay.
Hercules at one point. Yeah.
We can't. I know how tired we are, and the listeners know how tired we are, but we can't just resort to saying everything's stupid.
It's stupid. Let's move on.
We have to still make our jokes and observations.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead, Matt. What's your joke that's so important?
This is fucking stupid. What next? All right. Bill Mantlo. All right. There's a thing that's bothering me about these comics, which is that Bill Mantlo seems to believe that if there is a character on a page, we have to hear a line of dialogue from them. So there's so many times where there's like 4 people on a page, and they just like either they all take turns saying basically what it should be one sentence. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, here he comes, and he's in the room, and he won't stop until he gets here. Like, those are 3 separate sentences.
Those are different people saying those things.
Or, yeah, like, people are like, oh my god, and somebody else is like, buy my mace, and somebody else is like, holy smokes. Like, they're like, you don't have to do this. It's stupid.
It's so much worse than what I was complaining about last issue, where Angel was just striking a bunch of Thriller poses. Like, I would rather that than him try to make things more dynamic by making everybody talk at the same time.
Yeah.
There's a moment
Okay.
where, and this is dumb, this is petty, but you described it earlier. Stilt Man falls down, but he extends his legs to kick, or to kick Hercules. And when Hercules gets kicked, his exclamation is Zeus when he's hit.
That's his dad.
That's his dad. That's essentially the equivalent of me getting punched in the face and shouting, Dad!
Or your dad's name, Bob.
Yeah, Bob, Robert,
Ronald. All right, I want to hear. Well, yeah.
Sorry, there's one more good moment. I think you noted this, but where Ghost Rider is basically writing our notes for us. He's just like, why are we going about it this way? This doesn't make any sense. This is stupid.
That's true. Yeah, he's like, man, Angel seems bad at this. Wait.
Warren Commission.
Oh, okay.
He hasn't done anything in a little while, but in this episode, in this issue, he seems to trigger an allergic reaction in Stilt Man. He flies up. He's just trying to, like, distract him by flapping his wings in his face. And Stilt Man's like, oh, my eyes. You're really irritating my eyes. And it is never brought back up.
Oh, I didn't even notice that, but that is a very I do wonder if Bill Mantlo is trying to be funny in this issue. Is it possible? Is it even possible?
I don't care. It's not I'll trust that I will rant about this at 3 a.m. when we're wrapping up this recording session. But if that's what he's doing, it's still not meeting the moment.
Yeah. All right, Pat, I would really, really, really like to tell you about Champions number 13.
Yeah, that one was stupid. Let's move on.
Stupid. Done. Next. All right. Champions number 13, The Doom That Went On Forever.
Does the 5-year-old write this title?
Oh, fuck. How did Bill Mantlo see through time to witness this podcast? All right. Bill Mantlo is the writer. John Byrne's the artist. Bob Layton is the inker. Irving Watanabe is the letterer. Bruce Patterson and... So I guess it wasn't...
Patter's son.
And George Roussos, colorists. Archie Goodwin's the editor on this one.
I don't think I knew that Watanabe's full name was Irving Watanabe.
I think I did. I think he was credited as Irv a bunch of times.
I love that name.
Irving. It's gonna get worse from here, guys. Release date February 15th, 1977. Holy crud, that's the Champions new skyscraper HQ. But what's that thing growing out of the top of it? And where in blazes are the champions? Bill Foster sets the scene for us this time from the street below. Fresh back from humiliating Stilt Man on the local news, he begins to climb the building to investigate when he finds himself sucked into the expanding world killer.
He does. I love that he says, I gotta go King Kong mode and starts climbing the side of the skyscraper.
Starts with holy crud and then says, I gotta go King Kong mode. I can't believe he didn't join what a bad call not to have him join the team.
Put him on the champions.
Put him on the team. He's
Instead
the best one.
You're like science guy. You're science consultant.
Yes. Yeah. He's the best one so far. Cut to somewhere in space where the champions are confronted by Kamo Tharn and his army of orange monkey tiger men. As they fight, Darkstar senses a fading portal created by the stranger and uses her powers to expand it. Bobby notices, and the two of them fly through space together until they reach Earth. Kind of.
You're oversimplifying it, Matt.
Okay, all right, please tell me.
It's
if you had written this, what would you have put?
Darkstar encases herself in dark power as she flies out. Bobby is like, "Oh, Darkstar's leaving. I should follow her so we can get some alone time." Realizes that he's
fucking
just
creep
gone into the void of space, and so he has to create his own protective ice ball around him and then hope to ride the current of Darkstar's traveling orb.
And space has no water, so he has to create this from his own body moisture, like his piss.
Yeah.
He's
got to piss and spit.
He's like, I gotta use my body moisture. I gotta pull from my own body, meaning piss. So Bobby in his piss bubble and Darkstar in her dark bubble are flying down to Earth. The rest of the champions are left to fight Kamo Tharn while his lair becomes molten and filled with more terrifying monsters. This was so confusing to me. We'll get to why. Cut to Bill Foster entering the void of the bomb and meeting the stranger. His first thought is to smash the box this thing came in, but the box has thought of that. It sends some mechanoids that he's no match for to beat him up. Bobby and Darkstar show up and explain that the staff they need is still on Earth. Quickly grab it and start saving the world. It's just like in a broom closet or whatever.
Yeah, he opened up a portal to the place where the staff actually is instead. And it's just like a hobby horse.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like a mop handle with a horse's head on top.
Yeah. The champions are losing badly as Kamo Tharn's monsters continue to grow in both size and threat until, that is, Warren realizes this is all an illusion.
Oh my god.
We've seen this kind of plot contrivance several times, and never has it been done worse than here.
They are losing, and then there's one panel where Warren's like, wait, what if I just don't do anything?
Yeah. He just thinks really, really hard, and suddenly all the monsters are gone. And like, that is, at that point when he's doing that, he's not like, wait, I don't think this is real. He's like, wait, I don't want this to be true. And if I think really hard, maybe it won't be. It's so fucking weird. And
it's over the course of 2 panels. It's not like it's just,
yeah. And the fight was most of the issue. And there was one panel where it was just like on either side of the page, there was just like a weird panels that didn't make sense.
Oh, yeah.
Because I guess it was trying to hint to us that that this was not real, but I was just confused.
Yeah. Clearly,
it's stupid. This is
looking
dumb.
Back on it, that's artistically trying to. Yeah, you know what? Let's move on. It's unearned.
Yeah. He tells the rest of the team, and they do the same thing. Warren beats up Kamo Tharn. One problem: how are they supposed to get back to Earth?
Yeah.
Speaking of Earth, the plan to stop the bomb is successful. Turns out it's only dangerous when the bomb contracts. So they just use the magic wand to expand it for a really, really, really long time. The whole universe exists in this bomb now. Should be fine. The end!
Also, the champions get back to Earth. Unclear how, but they're there in the final frame.
Yeah, I don't... hey, look, you, Pat, I'm going to highlight a note in our notes that you are allowed to say because you wrote it before we got sleepy.
Thank you. This was so stupid. How does any of this work? Why is
none of it?
How did the champions get back to Earth? What was this portal, and why did it lead them into space instead of back to the place they needed to be?
I have a question.
Why is space MC Escher pencil drawing?
I have a question. What is the point of this whole series?
God, it's...
Every issue is... We wanted to, like, learn what Angel and Bobby were up to, and the question could have been answered with nothing.
Yeah, they're going to college.
Nothing, they're just doing nothing. It doesn't matter. You're fine. Like, it doesn't matter. None of this has any... This doesn't matter. None of it matters.
No impact. It is the classic everything is back to normal at the end Marvel mid-70s comic. But also clearly for children. I'm getting ahead of myself.
The one thing I'll say is that it does underline an Iceman trait. Just this absolute, he just keeps doing this, right?
Oh yeah.
He's like, oh, my girl is going, I gotta chase after her. What? She doesn't know you. Don't chase her in a ball of piss. She doesn't know you.
That's also, dude. You might not have gone through this yet, but don't bring piss around until you're pretty exclusive.
This is basically she's not, but you're considering this your first date, and you're bringing piss to it.
You're covering yourself in piss and spit.
And he keeps saying pheromones, and we're like, Bobby, come on. So, yeah, I mean, basically nothing here happened. And, it's also, he can't think of character arcs, so it's just...
Oh, my God.
So-and-so is in love with so-and-so. So-and-so is jealous of so-and-so. So-and-so is feels left out by so-and-so. Like, that's it. There's no real emotions.
they spend the entire issue coordinating as a team, stopping a threat. And then it is the last panel that suddenly all the champions are just looking at each other suspiciously, and they have thought bubbles above their head going like, I don't know if I like this guy, actually.
Yeah, like...
There's no reason for it.
Yeah. Can I belong here when I don't belong anywhere?
Just a bunch of forced emotion into the very end to say, like, the story's over, but...
Ghost Rider's secretly in love with Black Widow, it seems.
Yeah, what?
And, like, what? Come on, dude. Think of one other plot line. One other plot line. Think of one new one.
He also hates Darkstar for absolutely no reason. Yeah, maybe that is the reason, but he just, like, for absolutely no good reason, he's just like, I don't trust that Darkstar.
In like 4 issues from now, the last issue of the series, he'll explain it, and it doesn't make any more sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make it better.
No. All right. Pat, do you want to tell me about Champions number 14?
Ooh,
that one
actually, before we do, just a quick Warren commission. He beats up a few illusions and one blind man. Champions number 14, the creature called Swarm.
I like Swarm.
He's
not called Swarm yet. Not in this issue, but he's Swarm, and he's here, and this is his first appearance ever.
That is surprising. Because Champions, it's more exciting than I expected it to be.
Champions birthed so many new characters. Darkstar,
so
Swarm,
the new Crimson Dynamo.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty much
Yuri Petrovich. We open in media res as Hercules fights the defense systems of the Champions HQ that
Hold
has
on, you
designated him a
you didn't give the credits.
Oh, you're right. Now I got to do it right.
And we can do
Bill Mantlo and John Byrne, writers, storytellers, and artist, respectively.
Only joint storytellers credit on this whole thing.
Which might be why we like this a little more. Mike Esposito, inker, Irv Watanabe, letterer, Glynis Ween, colorist, we love her.
Yeah. Archie
Goodwin, editor.
He edits, Ye editor. If Ye has an editor, they are doing a bad fucking job.
Oh, jeez. I didn't even... Okay. Release date April 19th, 1977. Cover date July 1977. Sorry, when somebody mentions Kanye West, I start just moving in the other direction, but that was a very good joke.
You start just saying dates.
Okay, we open in medias res as Hercules fights the defense systems of the Champions HQ that has designated him a threat. Iceman, putting on a new outfit and talking to himself in the mirror, sees this and rushes to help. I'm sorry, Iceman, but this outfit is not going to be taken more seriously.
Yeah.
At the Bay, Widow, Darkstar, and Blaze are saying goodbye to Ivan, who claims he's going to find his son Yuri, but it turns out is actually secretly being taken prisoner by the Russians. This never comes back up.
Nope, never. Along with the little kid, never revisits.
But on the other end of the docks, a guy who looks kind of like the Penguin from Batman is carrying a secret suitcase when a crate explodes next to him and he's attacked by giant bees.
Yes.
The team leaps into action, and it turns out the bees are robots.
Yes!
While they fight, and Ghost Rider yells at Darkstar, a hooded figure whose body seems to be made of bees approaches the fat bald man with the suitcase. The man calls the bees man Von Meyer and then gets stung to death, but the figure can't pick up the suitcase because it has bug repellent on it. He flees.
My one weakness.
He flees as the champions come over and discover the suitcase and that the dead man was an Interpol agent. They call
Not
Champions
sending their
HQ.
best.
They call it Champions HQ, but no one picks up.
Oh man.
Back at HQ, Iceman and Hercules are fighting the security system when Rampage's empty armor seems to come to life and fight them too. Iceman tricks the armor into punching out the building's main power source, and all the machines stop. They discover that just like their plane, the building has been made from faulty materials. Just then, Ghost Rider, Black Widow, and Darkstar get home, and they all start arguing when Angel crashes through the window in a panic. He points out the window where a massive army-sized swarm of bees is coming right for them.
Good issue.
To be continued.
Good issue.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I'll give him that.
Good issue. Natasha calls out Johnny for being sexist, and she calls out Iceman for not answering the phone.
Yes. it's a different time. Answering the phone was considered a very important thing. You know, I've gotten like 20 spam calls today.
You just got one?
No, it usually ends around 8 p.m. But I think somebody that doesn't like me put me on a call list or something. It happens all the time.
Huh? I don't know.
mutantmenacepod@gmail.com. Do you get spam calls, and do you enjoy them or not enjoy
Do you
them?
enjoy spam calls?
Let us know
the question.
If you get also, do you get spam
Do you get them?
calls?
Do
you
you
get
not get
20
spam?
per day?
I've never gotten that many. I've gotten like 2 at most.
There's a very fun moment where Bobby sees Rampage's activated costume walking towards him, and he says, somehow the computer's activated it and is using it to strike it. Instead of reacting, he takes the time to explain what's happening to Hercules.
and then later he outsmarts an empty suit of armor. God, it's them fighting the security system is just underlining how every superhero loves to put steel tentacles in their walls.
Just to stick out. These ones are for harming. The last ones we saw were for helping. I think John Byrne is doing his best, and there's a lot of really cool images here.
Yeah.
One that is not having the impact he wants to is Dead Man with Lumpy Face. He already had a big old melon head, and now he just looks like a sack of fingerling potatoes on top of a suit. It does not look serious in any way. It made me laugh a lot. The whole concept is very funny. Just a bunch of
bees.
Just a bunch of bees, and then people being like, it's bees!
And yeah.
It is terrifying, don't get me wrong, but
superheroes having to fight bees is a good that's so right. Like my powers have they've taken down Thanos, and they've taken down armies of men. I don't know what to do about some bees.
I guess we'll start punching them one by one.
Did you notice that Champion's Tower is like a legitimate skyscraper?
Yeah.
And there are dozens, if not hundreds, of windows on this tower that at that moment are on. Like that have a light on in the window. Who's working? Who's working in this tower?
Doing stuff. Maybe they just do they got to be on a timer, right?
Why have that many rooms? Why do you have that many rooms? Are you renting them out?
Well, he had to build a skyscraper so that he could call it Champion's Tower.
Yeah. They call their a little Fantasticar ripoff the Champscraft.
It's so stupid. Stupid. Let's move on.
It's stupid. Let's go to the next one.
I don't have much more to say about this one, honestly. Although we do get the return of a classic Iceman line. He says, "Oh, it's just that little old Iceman, me." Loves just popping into a situation and
very good, Iceman. All right,
and Warren Commission.
Okay.
Recap of what he's done in this issue. He does not appear into the very end, where he breaks a window in response to knowing that millions of bees are flying towards them.
Just giving them a space to get in.
Yeah, he says, let's get some air in here.
All right. I'm going to tell you about Champions number 15, Death.
15, we're getting so close, Matt.
Death Drone.
Oh no.
Written by Bill Mantlo, drawn by John Byrne, inked by Mike Esposito, lettered by Patterson, colored by Ivartanoff.
What are you, prank calling me?
Yes, that's like, we got an Ivartanoff.
No, you don't.
Why, you little... Archie Goodwin is the editor here. The release date is June 14th, 1977. Bees swarming through the broken window. Millions of them. Black Widow sets the scene for us as the champions try to use their powers to stop the bees in various ways. None of them are successful. Suddenly, the man made of bees floats through the... Suddenly, the man made of bees floats through the window, announcing his name is Swarm, and he's here for a suitcase. Along with the thousands of regular-sized bees he brought, there's also 2 giant robot bees who quickly take out and capture Darkstar and Iceman. Swarm grabs the briefcase and runs, trapping Hercules and Widow behind a giant honeycomb wall.
I guess this is one of his powers, is he just really quickly makes honeycomb walls?
Yeah, I guess so.
It looks delicious.
Hey, it's like me in Terraria.
Yeah, all right. This isn't your video game podcast, Matt.
It's like me in Terraria.
All right, we got to keep moving.
At street level, people I was mugging. At street level, people are being covered in bees. The champions spend hours trying to rescue civilians from the bee attacks, but it's a fruitless effort. Meanwhile, Bobby and Darkstar start to come to, discovering that they're trapped in a honeycomb cell. Swarm appears and... Yeah.
Those Darkstar honey in this. He says, "It's okay, honey." I haven't had an out-of-battle conversation yet.
Stop doing that. Also, the narrator at some point calls Darkstar a non-champion. It's like bees are attacking champion and non-champion alike. Dude, that's gold. It's fucking harsh. And one of the you say you were talking about how the champions are like fighting the bees, right? They're doing it, but basically just like tearing their own headquarters apart and hitting the bees with it.
Right.
It's like they know their comic's about to get canceled, and they're like, let's just use all these sets.
Let's just tear the place apart.
Let's use the sets as much as we can. Let's get as much out of this as we can.
They also, when they get out on the streets and try to help people, there's only one example they show, and then they're like, they do this for hours. And the example they show is a swarm of bees trying to push a school bus off a bridge.
Oh!
It's just seeing the kids.
A bunch of bees trying to work a gun. Like a bunch of bees. A bunch of bees like trying to dump a cement mixer out on the people. Like just sting them. All right. Okay. Swarm appears. He tells them his story. He was, number one, he was formerly a Nazi and an avid beekeeper. Both.
Those are 2 priorities.
Those 2 things, 2 things you need to know about me is dating profile. Number 1, Nazi. Number 2, avid beekeeper. Number 3, picture of me with a fish. He discovers super intelligent bees, but they were too peaceful. He used science to turn the bees evil, but they attacked him. A combination of science and radiation transferred his consciousness among the thousands of bees stinging him. Now, essentially, he is the Swamp Thing of bees.
Yeah. If you know how Swamp Thing works, you get how Swarm works.
Yeah. And now if you know how Swarm works, you get how Swamp Thing works.
That's right.
The suitcase, it turns out, held the queen of his hive encased in amber. Only Darkstar or Iceman's powers would be able to free the queen bee without killing her. Iceman objects, but Darkstar can sense the queen bee's pain and wants to free her. She uses her Dark Force to let the queen go. We cut back to Champions HQ just as Swarm arrives with the queen bee, healthy and, through science, growing larger by the second.
What?
It's just growing. I don't know. Hercules starts fighting the queen as Swarm sends his bees to take out the rest of the team. This is weird. Our Darkstar doesn't care that Hercules is fighting the queen. But a minute ago, she was so worried.
Yeah.
She was like, as long as it's not trapped, I don't care if we beat it to death. I just care if things are trapped. But Hercules, knowing about bees, I guess, throws the queen out the window as far as he can. She's the Swarm's true ruler, not Swarm himself, so they all follow her out to sea and leave the villain Swarm just as a skeleton who collapses to the ground. The end. Wouldn't this be a rad D&D encounter? Like, bees are attacking the city. And then you'd be like, well, I don't know how to fight bees, so I just have to solve the puzzles.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah. You guys can use that.
I will.
No, not you. That.
Thanks, Matt.
All right. Couple things. They say that in the flashback, they say Swarm's lab is made of gold. No, it's not. I'm looking at it.
It's green.
It's green.
It's mostly green.
It's green and like white and red. Like, what? It's not.
Also, why did it have to be made of gold?
Why did it have to be made of gold? What the fuck? Yeah. John Byrne drew a not gold lab, and then Bill Mantlo was like, what if it was gold?
This lab is made of solid gold.
This lab is gold. I wonder if this is why John Byrne left the book after this issue. It's like, no, it wasn't fucking gold. Another thing, Ghost Rider continuously saying, why don't these guys like me? And insulting them at every moment. Everything he says out loud is an insult to them. And everything he says in his head is, these people don't like me.
He's terrible here. At some point, he returns back to being possessed by the spirit of the Ghost Rider and becomes rad again. But we just happen to catch him in his absolute worst form for this 2 or 3 years or whatever.
Yeah.
The dialogue is getting so bad. It is. Here's a couple examples. Black Widow, trying to sum up the situation, says, they're after a briefcase belonging to an Interpol agent killed in Santa Monica. You wouldn't talk to somebody like that. Was seeing the bees enter the building, Hercules says, they come through what thou dost call the central air conditioning duct.
God damn it. This is the thing that bugs me about Hercules. He's been alive all this time. They treat him like a man out of time, but he's not Captain America. He's been alive all this time.
You're right.
He's seen all this stuff happen. Why are you pretending to be confused by shit? Earlier, he was saying he was confused by football. Are you kidding? Your culture invented the Olympics. You know how to play a game. Stop
What
it.
is this? This stadium?
What?
What do you call this round building with all these seats? People come and watch sporting events.
Did I score one of your human points? What?
This sucks.
This sucked. It was stupid. Let's move on.
It's all right. That's all right. Matt, two more issues of the Champions left, and then we're done, right? That's the end of the Champions.
No, hold on. I'm sorry. Then that's the Champions don't end in the comic book The Champions, Pat. We'll get to it. Okay. And Pat, before we read the next issue of Champions, the Champions have a lot of appearances between issues 15 and 16.
No.
Yeah. All right. So, in Iron Man Annual number 4, I'm just going to tell you about him really quick.
Yeah, please.
Is that all right? I'll just tell you what happens.
I'm going to hold my breath until you're finished.
No, please don't. All right, I'll go quick. In Iron Man Annual number 4 by Bill Mantlo and George Tuska on May 10th, 1977, Iron Man's in LA and doesn't have time to get the Avengers to... I can't do this, Pat.
Okay.
Iron Man's in LA and doesn't have the time to get the Avengers to fight some MODOK plan that he found. So he gets the Champions and splits them up. Hercules and Black Widow are in a forest and almost declare their love for each other, Patrick.
What?
Yeah. And Angel is there too and gets caught in a net when they fight some AIM guys.
Of course he does.
Warren report. Warren Commission, sorry.
Warren Commission report.
Warren Commission gets caught in a net. Darkstar, Ghost Rider, and Iceman fight mutant sea creatures on the coast. Ghost Rider is still mean to Darkstar, and Iceman is still creepily protective of her. Iron Man finds MODOK, and the Champions do some superhero stuff and defeat him. That's it. Iron Man Annual number 4. The Avengers number 163, written by Jump Shooter, drawn by George Tuska, release date June 14th, 1977. Hercules, Iceman, and Black Widow arrive in New York at Iron Man's call, and he starts beating the hell out of them, like immediately when they arrive. Yeah. He flashes back to some Olympian guy named Typhon, breaking into Avengers Mansion and demanding to see Hercules or he'll kill Beast. Iron Man has to fight Hercules to please Typhon or something, who can see him on a video monitor. But he also wants to keep Hercules away from Typhon's ambush. And then the Widow, Iceman, and Beast just beat the hell out of Typhon, and he goes back to Hades. The end.
Yeah.
Supervillain team up number 14. This one's important. So listen to this one.
Okay.
Written by Bill Mantlo, drawn by Bob Hall. Release date July 5, 1977.
Ooh, that's right after July 4.
Yes. Okay. Magneto comes to Latveria to see, I don't know why I did that, Dr. Doom to conquer the world. I'm racist against Latverians.
Yeah, that was disrespectful.
Yeah. I mean, I've never met a Latverian I've liked. Sorry, cancel me.
Jeez.
Cancel me, Latveria.
Just because you dislike their government doesn't mean you have to dislike all the citizens.
I've also never liked anyone I've met from Madripoor. Sorry.
Matt, you're not alone on this podcast. I can't be...
All right, Magneto comes to Latveria to see Dr. Doom to conquer the world together. But Doom's like, I already did. He pulls a curtain and reveals he's been releasing neurochemicals into the atmosphere to make everyone his slave, including Magneto himself. The whole world.
What?
Doom gives Magneto an antidote and is like, try and stop me, dork. Cut to the Avengers Mansion. Magneto bursts in and fights all the Avengers at once. Beast... okay. So Magneto tells them that he wasn't trying to hurt them and that they're under Doom's control.
Wait.
Yeah, he bursts in and attacks them. And then it's like, I wasn't trying to hurt you. And they're like, oh, he actually didn't hurt any of us. He just knocked us around a little bit.
Isn't this exactly what happens in the next issue?
But Doom has been watching and uses a holographic image to freeze the Avengers. And he says, Magneto, you can pick one of these guys. And you can team up with them if you want. He picks Beast. And then he does some stuff and frees Beast from Doom's mind control. They can't find the Fantastic Four or the X-Men, so they go to LA. The Champions immediately attack, to be continued. to be continued in Champion 16. But before we do, there's some funny things. First of all, Magneto gets mad when as he arrives in Latveria, and he gets mad that a festival's happening in Doom's honor. So he just starts knocking shit over. First thing he does in breaking into Doom's castle is tell Doom that he was turned into a baby and then turned back by Eric the Red.
I was a baby once. I was a baby twice.
Dr. Doom makes him attack himself with a bunch of weapons to prove that he's under his mind control.
What?
Yeah, he's like Magneto makes a bunch of weapons fly towards himself. Yeah. So Pat, that's what happened leading up to Champions number 16. Do you want to tell me what happens in that issue?
Yeah, let's go. Champions number 16, A World Lost. Release date August 17th, 1977. Cover date November 1977.
Go into the Savage Land.
Bill Mantlo, writer. Bob Hall, artist. M. Esposito, inker. Denise Wohl, letterer. Phil Raish, colorist. Archie Goodwin, editor.
Okay.
Magneto and Beast arrive in LA and the Champions attack, having been warned by the mind-controlled Avengers. Beast tries to explain, but they say that they've been warned about that too. They fight for a while, but when Magneto hears that Dr. Doom is visiting Jimmy Carter in the White House, he gets mad and takes off to confront him. Darkstar wraps the Champions up in a sphere of dark energy and follows. In the White House, Doom is mad that everyone is fawning over him instead of being afraid of him. Then he summons the Hulk for some reason. Magneto and Beast arrive, and just before they really start fighting the Hulk, the Champions arrive too. Magneto tricks Hulk and Hercules into fighting each other. Ghost Rider finds that he's been immune to the neurogas, so he and Beast...
What? Then why did he do all this stuff so far?
Yeah. What's
been his motivation this whole...
How is he just noticing that he's not under mind control?
Oh, I haven't been mind controlled. Why have I been doing all of this?
Who did I punch?
Huh.
So he and Beast do Beast's favorite thing, fight some soldiers.
Yeah, Beast loves that.
until they are soon attacked by the remaining 4 Champions, Darkstar, Angel, Iceman, and Widow. While the pawns all fight amongst themselves, Magneto and Doom square off, evenly matched until Beast breaks free of Angel and falls on Dr. Doom.
Good work.
Ghost Rider then blasts him in the face with Hellfire, causing him to rip his mask off and breathe the neurogas himself. This snaps everyone on Earth out of it at once, I guess. Everyone is super confused, and Magneto declares victory as he flies off into the sky. Doom is left catatonic, trapped, because he waits for a command from himself that he cannot give. The end.
Huh. Did Ghost Rider beat up Jimmy Carter? There's a point where instead of soldiers attacking, it's the politicians. The cabinet attacking. And there's some people whose faces you don't see.
Yeah. One of them's got to be Jimmy Carter, right?
Yeah. I think he's up Jimmy Carter.
Bill Mantlo has some not particularly subtle political commentary a la these clowns in Washington, huh?
Yeah. Dr. Doom is like, I can't tell if they're doing this
because they're mind controlled or because they're just sycophants.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what?
Like, all right, dude, tone it down.
I know. Yeah.
Say something or say nothing. We watched Steve Englehart have Richard Nixon shoot himself in the White House. This is not...
Yeah, grow up, Bill.
This is not Edge.
Yeah.
Bobby, this is much better. Bobby says, "Holy Joe."
Joe's Hannah's husband.
Stop. Stop that.
Yeah.
One more note from me here, aside from it not making any fucking sense.
Yeah.
It takes 5 minutes into the fight between Magneto and Doctor Doom for Magneto to be like, oh, wait, he's got a metal costume.
Yeah.
And Doom has already thought of that. He has reversed the polarity of his armor. I don't think that's how metal works, but you can assume that Doom knows how to counter that. But still, at least think about it earlier. He's covered in metal.
There's a panel where they forget to color Beast's arm.
And okay, I am going to make one more point because this pissed me the fuck off. This didn't make any sense. So, first of all, Magneto leaves after they've defeated Doom.
Yeah.
And then the narrator is like, oh, but Hank was only surviving because of Magneto's mind control, and now Magneto's gone, so now Hank is actually
confused
under the spell. Same with Ghost Rider, now that he's gone back to his regular form. But everybody else is coming too. They're like, oh, thank God I'm not mind controlled by that neurogas anymore.
Well, right, yeah.
Why is it affecting...
I think what he's saying is that now everybody on Earth, including Doctor Doom, is controlled by the neurogas forever. But the neurogas was specifically, I guess, programmed
tuned to Doom's commands.
To Doom's command, and since Doom can't give commands, it doesn't matter that we're all mind controlled. But because they were existing in this other state, pre-mind control or whatever, they now forget what's happening. But that would make sense if Magneto was counteracting Doom's mind control with his own mind control, that would make sense. That Beast would be like, what? How did I get here? But it wouldn't make sense why Johnny Blaze would just forget all of his memories up till this moment. Nobody else forgot all their memories up till that moment.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it just doesn't make sense on its face, right? Like, what's a gas that could make you susceptible to mind control by somebody who's nowhere near you and only that person?
Yeah.
And then if that person is mind controlled by themselves, you're free. What?
Just because nobody's... There's a lot of... Yeah.
It's stupid.
It's stupid. Let's move on.
Warren
Commission.
Yeah.
He loses a fight in midair to someone who can't fly.
All right, Pat. I'm ready to tell you about Champions number 17. This is the final issue of the Champions.
This is the one.
Yeah.
Which they clearly didn't know.
Yeah. Yes. Champions number 17, The Sentinels Hunt Again. Writer Bill Mantlo, artist George Tuska, John Byrne, like embellisher, so I guess inks. John Costanza, letterer, Phil Rachelson, colorist, and Archie Goodwin, editor. Release date October 18th, 1977. Hercules and Black Widow are fucking chilling when suddenly the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, Blob, Eunice, and Lorelei, rushes in, demanding their help. Turn the page and 3 massive sentinels burst through the wall in a big 2-page spread. As the mutants cower, claiming that the sentinels neutralize their powers, Widow does some kind of signal to the rest of the team with like windows or whatever. And she and Herc fight the sentinels.
I don't know how that worked.
Yeah, it's like the windows make a C. And then, so if one of the champions happens to be looking at the building, they see a C and they're like, oh, they need my help. But
they probably need my help, or maybe somebody just left the lights on.
All the while, Vanisher lurks in Vanisher, remember him? Lurks in the shadows, being like, yes, fall into my trap.
We have to deal with the Vanisher?
Yeah.
If this is your first time listening to the pod.
Oh boy. No. Let's.
Vanisher is the X-Men number 2 villain.
Yeah. He can teleport.
And he wears a hood, but only halfway over his bald ass head. So it looks like a horizontal mohawk.
Or like a really weird green baby bonnet.
Yeah.
Angel sees the signal and goes to the Johnny Blaze movie premiere to get Iceman, Darkstar, and Ghost Rider. When
Angel's
Iceman,
ADHD ass sees it, and then he sees the signal, and he's like, "Well, it could just be a mistake. What if I just kept flying around for a while? Focus up, man."
Yeah. When Iceman ices up, the crowd starts attacking them, but they get away and head to Champions HQ. Ghost Rider is mean to Iceman and Darkstar, and Vanisher is being menacing in the shadows still. While the full team fights the Sentinels, Eunice tells them that when Eric the Red restored Magneto, he accidentally hit them too, and they all stopped being babies. Well, now we know, Pat. We were wondering. Now we know.
I'm glad we got some closure there.
God.
And we got to see Eric the Red one more time.
Yeah, Eric the Red missed. And that's how... I can't believe we talked about that for 3 issues. Magneto having been a baby. Fuck.
How does this keep coming up in the Champions?
Then, out of nowhere, a big ray blast hits all the champions at once and knocks them all out at once. Even though one is like got the strength and stamina of a god, and the other one's just Angel. They all get knocked out at once.
Zap.
The whole thing was a setup. Vanisher apparently had devised this when he woke up in Stephen Lang's satellite thing, and he remade the Sentinels himself out of Lang's spare parts. Seems like maybe it wasn't a good idea to just leave. Who did they left? Some random guy in charge of all the villains, right?
Oh, yeah. Superintendent Chalmers.
Yeah. He found the Brotherhood in what looks like a cave again. I guess as soon as they turned to adults, they were like, let's get back to our weird cave. And they all came to trick the champions into leading them to the X-Men. But now that they're hoping the X-Men will come to them. Darkstar wakes up and beats ass. Vanisher tries to flee, but she traps him in the middle of teleporting, so he's half there and half not. What the fuck?
Jesus Christ. Somebody's like, is he still alive? And she's like, I don't know.
And that's the end of the series. The champions just wonder whether she's human. And if they can, maybe we can trust her now. But she did this to a man. No. And then the series ends. Then the Champions ends.
That's incredible. The final line being, but what do we do now? Is so funny.
Yeah.
That is.
And like on the last page of the Champions' entire run is the Vanisher being angry that he's trapped halfway between. Oh, it's over. It's over.
Oh, Matt, I wish it was.
Our dark time as a nation has ended.
But,
okay.
Like any good comic book writer, Bill Mantlo demanded that he get to hop in for 2 issues of Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man.
Okay.
To wrap up his champion story.
You love
and
Spider-Man.
It is not good. Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man number 17. Whatever happened to the Iceman? Bill Mantlo writer, Sal Buscema and David Hunt artists.
Okay.
Bruce letterer, Janice colorist, Archie Goodwin editor. Hit the shelves January 24th, 1978. Cover date April 1978. Peter Parker is in Los Angeles. He's been sent by J. Jonah Jameson to interview the champions about their reported breakup and arrives at his gig, a skyscraper with a sign outside that says, Champions Building, for sale or rent. Inquire within. As he surveys the scene, though, 2 giant panels of glass come crashing down from the 15th floor of the Champions Building.
And like any panel of glass, it takes them roughly 27 minutes to reach the ground. Enough
There's
for
also-
people to have like several conversations about the glass.
The people having conversations are two cops who were apparently stationed there to watch the building and make sure it didn't fall over. They're just...
And Angel having that conversation with himself. Just about the panes of glass.
Oh, yeah, right. He flies out to... let's get there. Okay. Warren manages to fly out and catch one of those panes of glass, but the second one is headed straight for Peter Parker. His spider sense warns him and he jumps out of the way. Luckily, no one notices. He and Warren are finally able to connect, and Warren reveals that all of the champions are already gone. He's too late.
Oh, man.
Peter Parker makes Warren explain the details of every member's departure and notices he's not willing to give much detail around Iceman. Yeah. Suspicious about that, he returns as Spider-Man and sneaks in one of the paneless windows, only to find Angel speaking to, quote, a mummy in a wheelchair and a third man standing back in the shadows. Warren is upset at the bandaged man, who we learn is Stuart Clark, Rampage.
Yeah.
He also reveals that he's blackmailing Warren by threatening a mutual friend.
This is also where Bill Mantlo starts telling us all how much he hates people with disabilities by having Stuart Clark be like, "You've made me into a useless cripple."
Oh yeah, so now I must kill you.
Yeah, now that I have no point
now
to
I'm
my life.
Evil.
But, yeah, fucking. He did that. No, he did the same thing with Professor X too in that one.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and then later he'll do it in the Alpha Flight over and over and over and over. It's just like Jesus Bill Christ. Mantlo hates disabled people, and he will spend every comic he ever writes talking about how much he hates them.
Well, we hate you, Bill Mantlo.
We hate you, Bill Mantlo.
Warren gets a little too mad about all of this, though. And who steps out from the shadows but Rampage? What? Also, where's Iceman?
Oh, no.
Spider-Man hops in to help, going toe-to-toe with Rampage. But for some reason, Warren keeps trying to hold Spidey back. What's he thinking? Also, where the heck is Iceman? Spider-Man slips up and Rampage starts crushing him in a bear hug, at which point Warren decides that he must save Spider-Man, even if it means harming his friend Bobby Drake in the Rampage suit.
What?
That's where he's being mad.
He's in the Rampage suit.
And also, that answers so many of my questions here.
Doesn't that...
That's who was in the Rampage suit. That's where Bobby Drake is.
Oh. But why is he there? Unclear?
We'll probably find out later.
Okay.
Warren electrocutes Clark, sending a shock through Bobby, too, via the costume. But they're not out of the water yet. Now Iceman is pissed and possibly still under mind control. To be continued.
Whoa. So, okay. That shoddy materials thing. They're like, oh, the building is made out of shoddy materials.
Just keeps coming up.
And it must have been like it had to have been a real storyline that they were planning something for, right?
Must it have?
I assume there was some saboteur or something that was going to appear.
What I was reading into all of this, and I promise I will sound off about this once we get to the end of all these, but I think Bill Mantlo was trying to do that thing that they were doing in the Defenders, where like this is the cost of doing business, right? Okay. It's like he's trying to put a little satire of like, oh, it's tough to do your job when your electricians don't when they cheap out on you, and when your contractors use shitty materials and steal all your money. Like, I think this was supposed to be a like
bad political commentary thing.
Yeah, or even just social commentary.
Yeah.
Sort of a weird satire, but it doesn't land.
Yeah.
Because Bill Mantlo is not capable of that type of complex writing. Not complex. Anyway.
Yeah. It's okay. So when all the champions leave, it's funny because Lania is like, all right, I'm gonna leave. I never belonged here, and I want to go home to Russia. And Bobby's like, what? But I love you. He says, I love you.
He says, I love you. And she goes, oh, wow, Bobby, I really like you, but
not like that.
Yeah, she says not like that. And she also very specifically says, I like you.
Yeah.
It's such a, you set yourself up for this, Bobby.
Until we get to, all right, I want to talk about this, but there's one more Bobby Drake relationship we have to look at before.
Okay.
I really want to sound off on that particular thing. Also, yeah, then Widow and Hercules are going off with each other because I guess they're in love. Angel is like super, super angry about this, and then he can't find any other superheroes to join his team. It's just...
It's so sad. It's such like a...
It's so weird.
You imagine that Jenny Isabella at least had like a... Maybe not an end in mind, but at least a way to leave things off. I would be horrified to see my creation kind
turning
of
into
fizzling out like this through other people's comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Warren Commission, he gets blackmailed and almost gets Spider-Man killed. More than once. That's all he does this issue.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to tell you about Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man number 18, My Friend, My Foe.
We're almost done.
A Mantlo, Buscema, Hunt, Rosen, Beveridge, Goodwin production.
Rosen Beveridge.
Release date, February 21st, 1978. Spider-Man and Angel race through the halls trying to escape a rage-filled Bobby's relentless attack on them. He's clearly hypnotized, retaining all of his memories, but also with a sole purpose of killing his two friends.
I don't have the energy to dive into why this doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why does he have all of his memories?
But he's still, yeah.
Except the ones that are, I don't want to kill Spider-Man and my best friend Warren Worthington.
Yeah, it's just he just has those memories so that he can say meaner things to Warren. And Bill Mantlo just did that exact story in the Avengers or the Champions number 16.
Right.
Where he's like, oh, everyone remembers who Dr. Doom is, and they don't know why they're following him, but they are. They're just like, oh, so my biggest enemy, I'll do everything he says.
He just thinks that this is how it works, I guess.
Yeah.
You fucking moron. You fucking stupid piece of shit.
Pat, you're so tired.
Let's keep going.
Flashback. Unbeknownst to the Champions, Bobby has been visiting Stuart Clark in the hospital, feeling sympathy for his situation as the recession supervillain and his fate as a comatose paralyzed man. But Clark wasn't paralyzed, and when Bobby visited him right after the Champions broke up, Clark gassed him. Mr. Palmed one of Angel's gas pellets. Why is this hospital? It must be the same hospital. Why does this hospital keep knockout gas all over it?
He says it's his own combination of hospital drugs that he makes knockout hypno gas out of. Yeah. Which is that true? Can you make that out of?
Yeah, my uncle did it once.
Materials found in hospital.
My uncle told me about when he did it, and he made all the nurses kiss him.
I heard you can do it with just the stuff under your kitchen sink.
Back to the present. Oh, Clark gassed him. He was able to take him back and force mind control on him. Back to the present, the three continue to fight. Bobby is about to kill Warren when Spider-Man taunts him into jumping out of the window.
Okay.
Spidey and Bobby spar on their way down, and when Warren goes to follow, a few businessmen show up claiming to be the building's constructors and issuing some mafia-style warnings about the cheap material used to build Champion's Tower.
Oh,
Spider-Man
finally coming to roost.
Spider-Man has it all handled, though. He runs Bobby through a fucking car wash. Brilliant. Just Bill Mantlo, one brilliant idea, and it's this one.
It's so good. This
runs
is
Bobby through a car wash, leaving him in the steam cleaning area until he melts. When Bobby comes back to, he has no memory of anything that's happened since he visited Clark in the hospital that last time. Everyone reunites, and Bobby decides it's time for Iceman to try working on his own for a change. And then you include something about some Spider-Man shit that I don't care about.
Hang on, no, this is important.
Peter returns to New York, and we get an epilogue where Flash Thompson almost gets hit in the head with a frisbee on the ESU campus, but is saved from this tragedy by the White Tiger.
Hector Ayala. It's so... Come on, Matt. That's not funny as hell that the epilogue to this whole thing is just Flash Thompson almost gets hit with a frisbee, but then doesn't because he's saved by the White Tiger.
Oh, my goodness.
We have an incredibly cold moment from Bobby. No pun intended there.
Yeah.
He, of course, is able to get Warren in a headlock and starts like just freezing him from he grabs him by the neck and just starts like expanding ice out. It's fucking crazy. And while he's doing it, Angel's trying to get away. He says, "Flap away, Angel. Maybe if you flap hard enough, you'll make it to heaven."
Jesus Christ.
Hot damn, Bobby.
Yo, there's another scene in this issue where people are walking past Champion's Tower and they look up and they're like, "Oh no, like Spider-Man and Iceman are falling on us." Why do people keep walking near this fucking tower?
Stay away.
Yeah. Every issue, something falls out of this tower and almost kills somebody. Don't go near it.
The hell are those cops doing? Their whole job is to
keep people away.
Keep people away when the building starts falling apart.
So after this issue, Iceman doesn't appear in much for about 5 years.
So he says, "I'm going off to be a hero on my own,"
and then then is nowhere.
And then does nothing.
Yeah.
I get that. I can relate.
Until he and Angel and the Beast join the Defenders in 1983. But yeah, it's like,
what?
Yeah, they do.
Do we have to read that?
No.
Okay.
We can't. It's like they do it for like 30 issues. Like just like we're not reading the Beast in the Avengers because he's in the Avengers for like 100 issues or something.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, I mean, he appears in a couple X-Men's. He appears in Contest of Champions, in a Marvel 2-on-1, and the issue we're about to read.
Ooh, speaking of the issue we're about to read, Matt.
Yeah, speak about it to me.
Let me tell you about Incredible Hulk Annual number 7.
This is the last issue of
our past.
This is the last issue of our marathon record. It is 2:45 in the fucking morning.
That's right. Well, let's see if we can wrap by 3.
All right.
Roger Stern, writer, and John Byrne, penciler, both credited as co-plotters. Bob Layton, inker, Jim Novak, letterer, Janice Cohen, colorist, Bob Hall, editor, and Jim Shooter, editor-in-chief.
Jump.
Interesting. I don't know that I've read Roger Stern's writing before. I know his editing, obviously pretty familiar with that.
It's not, I mean, this issue is not good, but it's not like great, but it's not bad at all.
For Hulk stuff, as far as Hulk issues that we've read on this podcast goes, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And Hulk is funny in it.
Release date is May 9th, 1978. Cover date is October 1978. For context, in the X-Men, in our, for the purposes of this podcast in general,
Menace. Yeah.
We're currently in September 1979. This issue happened 1 week before X-Men 112, where Nanny Robot is about to feed Wolverine oatmeal in Magneto's volcano base. Warren Worthington III, relaxing with his girlfriend Candy Southern in his penthouse in the Rocky Mountains, gets a call from his pal Bobby Drake asking to come stay for a vacation.
Aw.
Angel advises him to take the Champ Chopter or whatever and fly over.
Yeah, Candy Southern, man.
Candy Southern's back.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Good for her.
Meanwhile, the Hulk has turned himself into the authorities and is staying in a New Mexico military base, being treated by super strong green-haired psychologist Dr. Leonard Sampson.
Doc Samson.
Bobby and his new girlfriend Terri Sue Bottoms.
Terri Sue Bottoms. Oh, Terri Sue Bottoms.
Terri Sue Bottoms.
Yeah, Terri Sue Bottoms. All right.
It's a very good name.
Terri Sue Bottoms. Astonishingly, she shows up in a second comic book before disappearing forever.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
What comic book?
One of those few where I remember I said
Terri Sue.
Iceman barely shows up in anything. Marvel 2-in-1, number 76.
Okay.
They both show up.
Interesting. Are they still dating?
In 1981. Yeah.
Anyway, Bobby and his new girlfriend, Terri Sue Bottoms, arrive and Terri fawns over a shirtless Warren while some muscly guy in buckskin comes ambling down the mountain with a rifle.
So
when they...
okay, that's fine.
What?
It's fine.
Don't interrupt me. When they notice him, he fires a laser. Pew!
It says pew!
Pew! He fires a laser at them and demands their surrender. Terri and Candy run inside while Angel and Iceman drop him in the pool and freeze it, realizing he's some kind of robot. Shortly, though, he bursts through the ice and is like 10 stories tall, revealing himself to be Master Mold, Sentinel Supreme. He quickly knocks out Iceman and takes off, chasing Angel through the sky. Angel leads him to the New Mexico base where Hulk is before getting blasted. Arguing with the Hulk, Master Mold petulantly kicks the base, getting Hulk wet and making him mad. Hulk leaps up and grabs his foot as he flies away, and Doc Samson doesn't quite reach, so he's not coming along. Master Mold takes them all
with the Hulk. He's arguing with the Hulk about whether or not, about what he's doing there. And he's like, and kicks the base. He just kicks it with his foot. I don't know if we're supposed to assume that Hulk was in between his foot and the base, but it
looks like he's just being a dick.
Yeah, it looks like he's just doing. Because Hulk is he's like, stay out of it, little man. And Hulk is like, Hulk is no little man. Robot can't tell Hulk what to do. And then he's like, oh no. And he kicks the base and flies away.
Hulk also, the only reason he emerges after Master Mold lands is because he hears all the commotion. It seems to wake him up, but he pops out and he goes, "What's all this noise?" like an old man. Master Mold takes them all the way to space to some orbiting asteroid lab and puts them in containment chambers. When Hulk wakes up, he smashes out and frees the boys because why would that hold him?
Yeah, he puts him in the Blobs tank. It's just so funny because it's a picture of Hulk in a tank that says Blob. It's labeled Blob.
So he's able to easily smash out and he frees the boys before tearing through the base looking for Master Mold. Hulk wants to smash his way out, but Angel and Iceman are like, we're in space, we'll die. Unclear if Hulk agrees to chill or not, because seconds later, he wanders off and starts smashing Master Mold.
They're having this conversation with him, and he seems to be kind of consenting, and then as soon as Angel flies off to look for a way out, it's like he just forgets and starts...
Off to find him. Off to smash robot.
Is this, by the way, is this Asteroid M?
Right?
I thought at first this was Stephen Lang's base, but it's pretty explicit later in this issue that it's not.
Yeah, although it does have it's got a tube with a blob label on it. So at some point, it seems like it is supposed to be Stephen Lang's base.
Yeah. Unless he remade it, that Master Mold remade it based on what we were about to learn about Master Mold, and a lot of this is confusing. Why did he only kidnap Iceman and Angel?
Yeah, why not any other mutants?
Why not? Or all mutants? Like, that's all.
Just
Yeah.
just
And-
letting you all know, this isn't going to get these questions won't be answered.
No. And it can't be. Are there 2 asteroid bases floating around? Because it can't be asteroid M because Magneto is there. Remember, we saw.
Yeah. So there's Asteroid M, there's Stephen Lang's base, and then
But if this is when,
they could be in different orbits too, so it's not like they're actually in close proximity. But yeah, there seem to be at least 3 mutant-based
Well,
asteroid fortresses.
the thing about Stephen Lang's base is that it was a stolen SHIELD satellite.
Yes, you're right.
And SHIELD stole it back. So, I don't know. Anyway, Hulk is wandering off and he just starts smashing Master Mold randomly.
During a break in the fighting, the Sentinel explains that he's actually Stephen Lang, who survived crashing his stupid gunship into that screen long enough to transmit his brain into Master Mold.
If you guys remember, that was like X-Men 100.
Angel tells them that, although this may be true, Stephen Lang is actually still alive and in a coma in a SHIELD hospital. Master Mold starts having a crisis over this. Hulk beats the hell out of his ass. They find an escape pod, but Lang Mold starts gloating that he locked them all into place, so Bobby taunts Hulk until he kicks it shut and boots it out through the wall. They land in the ocean, and the Hulk soon follows, having been sucked out of the base himself. Everyone says goodbye and goes home. The end.
Whew, we're done. Holy shit. Oh my God.
Oh, we did it.
20 issues in a row. They said it couldn't be done.
And hey, it's 2:51 a.m. Let's get through the rest of our stuff.
All right, so here's my notes.
Yeah.
We have to talk about this. Okay, so this is another girl that doesn't like Bobby Drake, but he's dating her, right? And I bet he doesn't even know. She doesn't even know she's his girlfriend, right? Like everybody else. He was like, "Hey, come on, we want to come meet my friend Warren Worthington," and she's like, "Oh, like the celebrity."
Yeah. She's
Mutant,
fawning over him.
Yeah. She's like feeling his muscles. She makes him put on his costume. She's like playing with his wings. And
even Candy Southern is like, I don't like where this is going.
Yeah. And so I think there's a lot of people when Iceman came out as gay in the early 2020s or late 2010s. When Iceman came out as gay, I think there's a lot of people that were like really angry about the retcon, that this was a retcon. And there were it was like an argument back and forth. And there were people that were like, actually, we've always known Iceman is gay. He's always been performatively heterosexual. And other people being like, well, you're kind of reading into that. You're like, you're kind of
projecting a bit.
Exactly. You're projecting based on what you know now or what you want to be true.
But
he was actually a ladies' man all this time. But reading back these old comics, his heterosexuality has legitimately been performative. This is why people say it, because all of his relationships are absolutely ridiculous. He follows women around, women that don't like him, that clearly don't like him, or that he clearly doesn't like. Because that girl with Vera's that hung out with Vera, what was that girl's name?
Oh,
Zelda. Zelda. He was always talking about how much he didn't like her.
Yeah, and they mostly palled around. They kissed exactly once over the course of like 3 years.
Yes. And again, he mostly just complained about her whenever she came up. And most of the time she didn't come up because he didn't care about her. And then there was Lorna Dane, who he was just obsessed with, even though he never made a move on her, never asked her out, never told her his feelings until she was dating Alex Summers. And you can say like, oh, well, that was because of the comics at the time. People didn't express their feelings. But no, Alex and Lorna were immediately in a relationship.
Yeah. Like we see Bobby fail at it and then Alex succeed at it.
Exactly. And it's not like that was 5 years apart. That was 1 year apart or in the same year.
And he even thinks they're dating.
Yeah. And she's like, what? No.
And they've like it's months. They don't even touch.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
don't even go on a date.
It's that sort of thing where it's like, what are you getting out of a relationship with someone of the opposite sex if you're not forming social or physical bonds with them?
Right. And then the same thing happens with Darkstar. He just starts calling her honey, and he starts following her around, and she's like, I never liked you that way. And he's like, I love you. No, you don't. You can't, because you don't know her. This is, and then of course, then Terri Sue Bottoms and this ridiculousness, right?
Yeah.
So it's not just, it's not just people retroactively changing the narrative. He was like, his relationships were always absolutely absurd, and you can't explain them by like, oh, he's just an awkward young kid, because no, we've seen awkward young kids in these books, and they don't act like that. And
yeah.
I mean, Colossus is an awkward young kid, and he fucks someone in the Savage Land.
Two.
Oh, that's true. Good point. So that's, I think it was worth addressing.
Yeah.
Because
A much lighter note.
Okay.
There's some lighter stuff to this issue as well. There is, I just thought this was really cute. On the cover of Hulk Annual, it has one of those little bubbles that says, Marvel's green-skinned TV sensation.
And they introduce him as Robert Bruce Banner.
Ah, you sons of a bitch.
Yeah.
Another thing, I guess that's it. This was fine. This is a fine issue, but
I think it's interesting. This is Master Mold's first appearance since X-Men 16 in 1966.
Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense. This was also, look, I'm glad we got a new writer. I'm glad we have, like, a different direction that we're going in. This was still fucking stupid. Let's move on.
Hold on. I did what was one more funny line, which is Terri Sue Bottoms, when Candy's like, they took Angel and Bobby, and Terri Sue Bottoms says, well, I get why they'd want Angel, but why would anybody want Bobby? Ugh, dude.
Oh, jeez, Terry.
Yeah.
Final Warren commission, just to put a nice bow on this.
Sure.
Warren seduces Bobby's girlfriend and hits a man once with a diving board.
All right. Very cool.
Matt, we have just read through 20 issues with Angel.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them has at least one big fight scene.
Yeah.
We see Angel fight somebody in 2 issues.
Like you said, he's
about
matured.
10% of the time.
He's grown up. He's matured.
I'll tell you what, Matt, is our sound guy still awake? Because
hold on, I'll poke him.
Yeah, poke him. Wake up, dude.
He's got an eye out, doesn't you could buy out. If you had a time machine that you would like to try out, it's Pat Deals and Steals.
That's right, folks. It's time for Pat's Deals and Steals.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily, when I went out and picked up the original copy of Incredible Hulk Annual number 3,
7,
those teens, number 7, those teens hadn't gotten to it yet. So I was able to pull what I think is quite a steal.
Okay.
I'll just read the copy here. Still more bad news.
Huh.
Oh no. This summer, the Bad New Bears will be back in their all-new film comedy, The Bad News Bears Go to Japan. See it this summer at a theater near you.
That wasn't real, though. That wasn't real. The
Bad
Bad News Bear didn't go to Japan.
Yes, they did.
No, we would know about that.
No, the Bad News Bears went to Japan. It's Bad News Bears 3.
No, I don't think there was a Bad News Bears 3. I think there was Bad News Bears, and that was it.
No, there was even a Bad News Bears 2, Matt.
I would have known. I would have known if there was a Bad News Bears 2 or 3.
So, Bad News Bears 3, they drop Walter Matthau. and they bring in Tony Curtis to replace him.
Okay.
This does, of course, star of Bad News Bears 1, 2, and 3, Jackie Earle Haley, who you may know as Rorschach in the Watchmen movie.
His most famous role.
He hasn't done
much. Yeah.
And that's it. That's Steals and Deals.
Okay, that's
go
Pat's
see
Steals and Deals.
Bad News Bears. Go to Japan. Don't. I was a huge fan of the Bad News Bears series as a kid, but even then, I was like, "Oh, this one's not."
I've never seen a Bad News Bears.
Good.
It's a sports comedy, I guess.
Not
It's
even a remake with Billy Bob Thornton in the Walter Matthau role.
Why would I have done that? Why would I have put myself through that?
That one's not worth seeing it.
Yeah.
But the original is. It's good. It's got Walter Matthau. He's very funny.
Yeah,
Matt.
Okay, all right. I believe you. Walter Matthau's funny. What else do we want to talk about before we get out of here?
Play the song. Can you shove the sound guy? I think we play the song on either side.
He's got an eye out, stuff that you could buy out. If you had a time machine that you would like to try out, it's at Deals and Steals.
We should get a sped up version for after. Like 1.5.
Hey, if you got that for something to do, yeah. What are your final thoughts? We're done. Okay. The question, I guess, is how do you feel about all the shit that Bobby and Warren got up to?
Man.
We know our opinions on these stories, but what do we feel about them, their arc?
You're trying to silence me.
Oh, okay.
No, I think I may have mentioned this before, but I think they're fucking stupid. I think it's really just like it's such a mess. It's very clear, especially this back half here, that Bill Mantlo wants to write fun, weird comics like everyone else is at this time, but he just isn't weird or daring enough to.
Yeah.
And I think that explains everything that happens, even if we take out everyone else and just bring it down to Warren and Bobby. It's still absurd in a discomforting way, right?
Yeah.
It's like somebody being performatively weird. It's like a Hot Topic is somebody that shops at Hot Topic. It's like, okay, you have gotten an idea of what the scene is, but you have no sense of why any of this is where it is.
Mm-hmm.
They have all these little spats for no reason. Johnny Blaze just hates everybody. Bobby is always jealous or emotional. Everyone else is just arrogant all the time. They refer to themselves as common man heroes, and people refer to them that way sincerely, but they have not earned that in any way. No. They're handling world-ending threats. They're not street-level heroes.
Right.
They're supposed to be kind of bumbling, right? Maybe like the Defenders,
but
it's
Defenders,
just
right.
Incoherent. It makes them look stupid. It just leads them to having all these emotional inconsistencies.
Yeah.
And then he tries to pick up on things like the struggles of the business side from Isabella, right? Jenny Isabella had this really clearly at least thought out way of addressing
recession,
the recession, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the fact that everything was being cheaply made, but instead he just ends up having some things break because of bad wiring, right? That's how Bill Mantlo continues to explore that. Or he's introducing these weird sci-fi concepts with no desire to explore them, which is, the listeners will know, drives me absolutely nuts. There's so much potential there that he just leaves on the table. And then he even tries that bland ass political commentary. It is the most boring it could possibly be. Just it's awful. It starts out as like a pop comic for kids. I think at the end of the last episode, I compared it to Mr. Beast. This second half of issues we read is not that. It is just a shitty writer doing bad work. Right?
Now, I kind of liked the swarm concept, and I don't know if it was explored to the extent that it should have been, or in the way that should, but I think it worked, and it was a little exciting. I think even when Jenny Isabella was
I'll give
writing
him the swarm thing.
I think even when Jenny Isabella was writing, though, it wasn't great, right? Like I don't think it was like a good comic that was ruined. I think it was a poor comic that was made bad. The difference was that, the Jenny Isabella stuff was the first, but if we discount, say, the first 2 issues, the rest was just like stupid fun.
Yeah.
The rest of Jenny Isabella. So, because like that I hated how it started, right? Like I really didn't like
that they just all happened to be on a college campus. That
was funny, but I did not like the whole story about them going to Hades and all that. Like it just wasn't, or Olympus. It just wasn't interesting. And it was just there was just so many ideas that were just held together with, gum and baling twine, right? Like it was so absolutely disjointed and a lacking focus. Yeah. And again, it lost what was fun about it about halfway through. But as far as Angel and Iceman, their journey since leaving the X-Men, I think Angel's was kind of true to Angel. I think it makes sense that he would go to LA and then be like, I'm going to start my own superhero team, and just utterly, absolutely fail at it.
And do nothing useful in the process.
Right. And be like, oh, I'm going to hang with real superheroes now. And like, absolutely, like, just make an ass of himself in front of them and fail to utilize them correctly. Made Black Widow leader, but he kept trying to lead from behind. Right. And then the Iceman thing, I like the idea of him going to school, but after that, there's just nothing interesting about Iceman's journey here. Yeah.
In his actual life journey and his character journey as well.
I understand Warren here. I think he's a little underutilized because I think you could have had more fun with him. But I understand Warren. I don't understand Bobby. And it's not the Bobby Drake I knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not the Bobby Drake I'll know later, right? Like it is just this weird character who seems completely disconnected from his past and his future. He's just I don't know, ice guy.
He's the Iceman.
He's just generic ice guy who's angry at everybody. Yeah. Anyway,
he'll find himself.
That was the Champions, guys. I hope this we are so tired. I hope that this has continued to be entertaining throughout the whole thing for you guys. I hope that as we have lost our minds, you have found entertainment in it.
And if it's not, if you are for some reason still listening, even though this was terrible, just know that we're turning it all around. Next episode when we're just doing 9 issues in a row. That's right.
But we're
9
tackling
very important issues.
Yes, a big milestone in X-Men history coming up next.
We didn't say it once this whole time.
No.
I'm not going to have to beep anything.
That was good. It's the Dark Phoenix saga. Fuck.
All right. Huge thanks, as always, to Krills Wilson for supplying most of our music. Huge thanks to Julia Selly for providing the voice of Trish Tilby.
If you want to be on Pat's email corner, you can write into mutantmenacepod@gmail.com. Talk about how any of the stuff we talked about on this episode. I don't know if we gave you any calls to action, but if we did or didn't, feel free to write us about any of your thoughts and feelings.
Make up your own call to action. We're tired.
We're so sleepy, you guys.
We're tired.
Also, leave comments, leave reviews, leave ratings, share with your friends. And that's it. That's it, Pat.
Matt, are you still awake enough to lead us in what we say at the end of every episode?
Yeah, here's what we say at the end of every episode. That pea shooter of his has more snap, crackle, and pop than a box of Rice Krispies.
That's right. And remember, folks, the bees, they found me. Fuck, dude.